In today's news, Samuel and Alphonso denied bail and remanded to prison following the $41.9 million drug bust. And 5,760 cases of wild cherry-flavored Capri Sun juices recalled. The Royal Town sewage project is completed, confirms Minister Rymer. And loan guarantee not on the table for upcoming project, says Premier. Well, viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome viewers to the Wednesday, August 17th edition of the 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Well, we start today's newscast with an update from this weekend's drug bust, where viewers Pedro Samuel Sr., 58 of Diamond Estate, and Reno Alphonso, 27 of Fort Hill, have been denied bail after appearing in court today with charges stemming from this weekend's major cocaine drug bust, which is said to be valued at nearly $42 million. Well, appearing before Magistrate Crystalline Benjamin, Samuel and Alphonso were both slapped with charges of possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply. Alphonso received an additional charge of failure to comply with orders given by the police. Well, according to the allegations presented by the Crown Counsel, Samuel and Alphonso on Saturday, August 13th were both intercepted on a vessel in close proximity to Cooper Island by the Marine Branch of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. But the information provided by the prosecution stated that the vessel was first spotted off the south of Virgin Gorda, traveling briskly towards the west. But the report further said that officers commenced pursuit of the vessel through the Ginger Island and Cooper Island Channel, where emergency lights were activated and a verbal order was given to stop the vessel. Well, after finally bringing the vessel to a halt, the court heard that Samuel and Alphonso told officers that they had just returned from fishing out at sea and denied having anything illegal on the boat. Well, the police conducted a search of the vessel and one canvas bag containing what was suspected to be cocaine was found. But this led to a subsequent search in which the court heard discovered another 14 canvases containing a similar substance. Well, both defendants were then cautioned and arrested. Well, the substance was later positively identified as cocaine, weighing approximately 400 kilograms with a street value of $41,946,000. Well, following the arguments presented by the attorneys representing both Samuel and Alphonso, Magistrate Benjamin said she had to consider all the variables presented in the matter. She said that despite the men having status and roots in the BVI, the serious nature of the offenses and the likelihood of being convicted could result in both men fleeing the territory if granted bail. To that end, she denied both men bail and they were remanded to Her Majesty's prison at Balsam Gut. But the Crown Counsel outlined that the charges both men face carry a maximum financial penalty of $100,000 or triple the amount of the value of the drugs, with the greater of the two determining factor. Well, in addition, the charges also carry a maximum prison sentence of up to 10 years in prison or a combination of both a fine and prison sentence. But both Samuel and Alphonso will return to court on October 12th. Well, moving on, viewers, where preliminary investigations by the Environmental Health Division across numerous local supermarkets have concluded that the contaminated Capri Sun wild cherry flavored juice drink blend beverages by Kraft Heinz are presently not in the territory. Well, this was confirmed by the Chief Environmental Health Officer, Mr. Lionel Michael, following a voluntary recall of approximately 5,760 cases of the product by the manufacturer. Well, he said, following the news of the contaminated product, the Environmental Health Division activated its recall program with the major suppliers and retailers in the British Virgin Islands.
Well, we got a notification on Monday, and we immediately contacted the suppliers and retailers here, the major ones, and they indicated that they did a check of their storeroom and their stock, and they did not have any of the Capri Sun in question. We did a subsequent check of inspection and assessment of these places. We did, Rightway and One Mart and all the Rightways and Bobbies and so on, and One Marts, and other places, and we did not find any of that brand in the BVI at this moment. They indicated that they don't carry, they have been out of it for some time now. So it's not present in the BVI at the moment, but it has been recalled in the United States and in other countries, and all countries are taking the necessary steps to ensure that it's not on their shelves. But it's due to chemical contamination with by a cleaning agent that they use in their establishment, and public complaint reported off taste in the Capri Sun. Yeah, but we don't have it in the BVI right now.
Well, Michael also appealed to residents across the territory who recently visited the United States of America and returned with a branded Capri Sun's product to inspect their juices.
And however, we are asking people who may have gone to the U.S., who may have purchased it in the past, and to check the dates and ensure that it's not one of those is not there. And if they have it in their homes, not to use it, and to return it to the store that they buy, to the supplier, and take it from there. But we are really appealing to the public not to consume of this drink if they have it from past purchases.
Well, a media release from the Environmental Health Division revealed that the recall of the Capri Sun juices stems from a cleaning chemical solution which, and I quote, was inadvertently introduced into a production line, end quote, at one of the Kraft Heinz factories. Well, Kraft Heinz stated that only the wild cherry flavored Capri Sun with the following information is potentially affected. But the information reads as follows: Capri Sun wild cherry flavored drink, manufacturer code on a pouch, 25 June 2023, WXXLYY between 0733 and 0900 for products affected in this recall. Well, XX may be 01, 02, 03, 04, 09, or 10. YY may be 01 through 12. Well, persons are asked to contact their healthcare provider if they have come in contact with the contaminated product and are feeling ill. For more information, please contact the Environmental Health Division at 284-468-5110. Well, up next, viewers, the Road Tongue Sewerage project is completed, confirms Minister Rymer, and loan guarantee not on the table for upcoming project, says Premier. With these and more stories, when 284 News return.
You value traditions. Today. You value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
over in rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, the Road Tongue Sewerage System project has been completed after undergoing extensive rehabilitation works. With Deputy Premier and Minister for Communication and Works, Honorable Kai Rymer, confirmed the completion of the project in a statement to 284 News today, Wednesday, August 17th. Well, he said, and I quote, "With a project which was expected to be completed within a 2 to 3 week process was completed within the stated time frame. But this is in spite of all of the unexpected utilities that were discovered during the course of the works. The team worked very closely with the various utility companies and got past the various issues without delaying the project and without causing any damage to the utility company's infrastructure," end quote. Minister Rymer also revealed that his team is now finalizing all of the necessary documentation as well as rehabilitating the culvert on Fleming Street next to Rightway Food Market. He said, and I quote, "Well, this is not a part of the project. However, it was damaged as it was not expected to be in that area. The rehabilitation works are expected to be completed by the end of next week," end quote. But the news of the completion of the project comes weeks after Minister Rymer made an announcement in the House of Assembly during a July 21st sitting. Well, at the time of his statement, he said the works which are being conducted on Upper Main Street and Fleming Street were at 50% completion.
This project is slated to be completed in about 2 to 3 weeks. Madam Speaker, I am happy to inform this Honorable House that this project is halfway towards completion. This new pipe work will facilitate the increase in sewage that is expected to emanate from the Social Security Housing Project on Geos Hill and other newly constructed commercial and residential buildings in the area.
But Minister Rymer also spoke to some of the other repairs slated for treatment plants in Road Tongue, adding that the Burt Point plant will be back up and running in early 2023.
The main pump station in the vicinity of the roundabout will also be upgraded with brand new sewage pumps and other necessary equipment to effectively move the sewage from the central catchment area to the treatment plant in Burt Point, which will be brought back online in the first quarter of 2023. The contract to commence the necessary repairs will be signed later this month between the government and Bywater.
The Deputy Premier also provided the House of Assembly with an update on the works being carried out on the East End Longlock Storage Project.
The benching and sealing of the manholes are just about completed, and installation of the lateral lines is expected to commence later this week. The works on the upgrade of the Eastern Longlock sewage system continues, with installation of the sewer lines commencing at the Stickett and terminating on the road, the main road, in the vicinity of the bus stop in Fat Hogs Bay. This has been a long outstanding matter for decades, and we are determined and resolute in our current position that sewage issues in the low-lying areas of the Eastern and Longlock communities must be fixed.
Rymer also warned residents that the improvements unfortunately will come with some, and I quote, growing pains.
I refer specifically to the disruption in the traffic flow and the potholes created as a result of uncovering manholes and other relevant connection points as we go about this work. You can be assured that we will be doing everything in our reach to minimize these inconveniences by engaging in a robust road reinstatement program. In the midst of it, I ask for the understanding and patience of the residents of the Eastern Langlo communities and everyone who traverse these areas.
Well, Minister Rymer also spoke about the recently commissioned wastewater treatment plant in Cane Garden Bay. He said the completion of that project was the first phase of a greater plans to upgrade the sewage network system in that area. For the second phase, he said it will upgrade the sewage network, bringing the influent to the plant, adding that it is expected to commence in the first quarter of 2023. Well, moving on, viewers, where although the territory will need to procure additional funds in order to carry out impending recovery and development projects in the near future, it is very unlikely that this money will come from the £300 million loan guarantee offered by the United Kingdom. Well, this conclusion has been drawn from a recent indication from Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley that utilizing this opportunity is not an avenue available to the government at the moment.
The guarantee right now is not on the table. Okay. But, you know, it's something that we can return to see if we can get it back on the table. But we've essentially lost the opportunity to get the guarantee as of right now.
Well, this, Premier Wheatley said, will not affect procurement procedures for small-scale projects due to take place in the near future, as the government had already determined that the sum of the loan offer was much too high to be taken for those purposes. But the Premier noted, however, that the money may be sought out once again when the government is confronted by the demands of funding major projects such as the airport expansion.
Whether we can get the opportunity again, it depends on us. But for the loan that we are exploring, it wouldn't be big enough really to justify the guarantee. But we do have projects that we have to have a conversation about in the future. For instance, the expansion of the airport that would cost upwards of 200 million, where a guarantee and those low interest rates would be helpful.
Well, Premier Wheatley said that the government is exploring other options in regards to securing funding for smaller projects, the details of which he cannot yet make public. Well, up next, viewers, the Caribbean Investment Summit will be held in Barbados from August 25th to 27th. We get to that story when 284 News return.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI love.
Well, welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, the current economic times are begging for entrepreneurs and innovators to collaborate and craft a more sustainable, equitable, and profitable future. Well, countries that depend on tourism and imports were amongst the hardest hit due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and events that encourage bouncing back are the best way to get the ball rolling through recovery and into opportunity. Well, Upturn Fund's Caribbean Investment Summit is the first of its kind and is scheduled to be held in Barbados from August 25th to 27th. Well, the event will be focusing on attracting and promoting investment opportunities centered on maritime transportation, agricultural infrastructure development, mineral mining, green energy, waste-to-energy construction, and real estate. Recently, in an exclusive interview with our Ron Grant, HE Ambassador Dr. Andre Thomas, co-chair and CEO of Upturn Funds Caribbean, and Jennifer Highland, Chief of Communications and Head of Stakeholder Engagement, spoke about the upcoming summit and its impact on the region.
The purpose for the conference is to meet a major gap in economic leadership in the region. And let me explain why. Now, when you study economic development, you realize that economic development is really based on income generating, revenue generating ideas. Because to understand an economy, you need to understand that the best way to understand an economy is to understand where and how money flows. Now, economics and economic development is sustained by economic ideas, but these ideas have a shelf life. And there are times economic ideas are coming to the end of their shelf life. And when that happens, good administration and good management is not enough, because administration is the efficient execution of tasks. Management is the optimization of material resources, financial resources, and human resources to meet predetermined goals. But leadership is using the resources of today and creating a greater tomorrow with them. So leadership is creating with and through people. So the problems that we face in our economy can only be solved by leadership. It can only be solved by creativity. And we need to create new revenue streams and come up with new economic ideas. So the purpose of this conference is to join with the critical mass of men and women who are seeking to address these problems. Economic revolutions, economic turnarounds are always brought about by critical mass. And we are part of that critical mass that's actually seeking to bring these ideas, these revenue streams, these opportunities to Caribbean people, hence the conference.
Well, Ms. Highland spoke about the speakers and presenters, which are over 20.
So the speakers have been specifically selected. What we have done as an organization is to look at, from the outside in, and look at the critical issues that are affecting Caribbean islands, and creating our partnerships and JV partnerships that we have to solve or to address the issues that are happening in the Caribbean. So specifically, your island may have a specific challenge, and what we would do is pair that with your country and create specific the sectors that we have. So, for example, we have first of all, we have our keynote speaker, who is going to be the U.S. Congressman Mark Green, and he is the author and sponsor of the Western Hemispheric Nearshoring Act with respect to manufacturing. Now, as it relates to manufacturing, a lot of skilled artisans and so forth who would have lost jobs during the height of the pandemic.
Of course.
And I just want to go back to say that every single individual has been have been affected by the COVID situation. Whether you're a CEO or you're selling coconuts at the side of the street, everybody has been affected. So we have looked at all of the sectors that we are bringing to bear and addressing situations relative to policy, government policy, and how those policies will affect, as you say, the small man from all social economic standings.
Additionally, Ms. Highland also shared the various topics to be covered.
But we do have, and I can break it down for you in terms of the areas that we will be focusing on. There's maritime and road transportation. That's an issue with respect to the Caribbean, interconnectivity and linking the Caribbean so that we can really truly become one economy. We had the CSME for so long to try to pull that together, and CARICOM has been helping. So we are looking at specific aspect of maritime and road transportation. And then you talk about green energy. Our summit is really focused on helping the Caribbean meet the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And there's specific areas, because there's solar energy, there's crypto mining, and Dr. Thomas will speak more specifically to that. And then you have the issue of agriculture. How are we going to bring down the import costs that affects the Caribbean? Our food import bill is very, very high. So we are going to be speaking to agriculture, construction and infrastructure development with financing. And then we have a really interesting one, which is the U.S. mortgage financing for commercial and residential real estate.
Well, as it pertains to the rates and packages available, here's what you need to know.
Firstly, what I want to state is in terms of participation, we've made the conference available to from government, and the participation and support of governments across the Caribbean has been quite heartening. And I believe that is because they recognize that the high economic impact of the investments for the projects can help the trajectory of the Caribbean as well. And therefore, what we've done is to create packages for the private sector, corporate packages. For example, if the organization wants to send individuals, then for every 5 persons registered, there's a free virtual component that you receive. And then we work with private sectors here in Barbados to offer specific code discounts for the private sector bodies, because the private sector bodies would have extended memberships who they would have their economic goals and that they would have communicated to their membership.
Well, to view the entire interview, viewers, visit all our 284 media platforms. But that's all we have for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
A show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading out.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this thing like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
She? I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.